Yeah, we've been described as the little show that could.
Our ratings weren't very good.
Our ratings were so low.
I don't think I ever was, confident enough to say that we would be back for, the next season.
Oh, God, not after the first few weeks. We thought we'd be here for maybe 9 episodes, and we thought we were going home.
I used to say to everyone, look, my parents don't even know that our show is on the air right now.
But it was incredible because our little ratings that they told us were not enough kept growing.
The ratings started inching up one week after another. And by the 8th week, we had gotten enough traction that the network felt like it was something that they wanted to hold on to.
So let's not pull the plug on what we set out to do. Let's believe in what we set out to do, and let's believe that we're going to find our way.
I'm not worried about it. And I always told everybody, a lot of people were paranoid that we get canceled or we get lost in the clutter of all the new shows and high concepts, but there's a heart on this show, and the cast and the crew and everybody works so hard to keep it going. So no, never at one point did I ever go, we're not going to make it. Never once.
As Mark always says, we might not want to be the biggest show, or we might never become the biggest show, but we'll always become somebody's favorite show.
I'm really grateful that I haven't gone home yet. Oh, damn!
We ended season 3 with the limo accident, which was torturous to Haley fans, Nathan and Haley fans, because Nathan was trapped underwater in the limo, and Haley was, grief-stricken on top of the bridge. I want cliffhangers, and I want the fans coming back and wanting to know more. Is Nathan going to survive? Are Rachel and Cooper going to survive? Who wrote Murderer on the Wall? And you remember there was a pregnancy scare.
Definitely pregnant.
And there were a lot of contenders. There was, a lot of cliffhangers going on at the end of the season. I want to drive into a 4th season in a great way. We came back and started season 4 under the water in the limo.
Run me! Haley! Oh, God.
Nathan!
I think that this year, more than any other year, Nathan emotionally has been tested. It's been quite a task for me to, really step up to the challenge and take the character and really get inside of him, and try to relate to that pain that he feels when he comes out of a near-death experience. Love you.
You create obstacles for your characters, and you hope that they'll find their way to a better place. And sometimes they won't. Sometimes if they're villainous, they'll stumble and fall, and then they'll make it worse.
And welcome to what may be the biggest day in the history of Tree Hill Ravens basketball.
The state championship episode that we shot this season, where we all went to Raleigh to the RBC Center, and we all got to play some ball for a few days, and where NC State plays, and it turned out to be a really great, moving episode.
There are tears and there are questions, starting with what got into Scott. I mean, he's got a lot of explaining to do.
I think that episode sort of epitomized everything that One Tree Hill was about. All the turmoil, and then again all the retribution that comes with these characters.
Episode 9 in season 4, which was the state championship, which was a huge episode. I'm here with Paul Johansson, and we're in beautiful downtown Bloomington. We're about to crash a car. Dante hit Haley with the car, and Nathan beat Dante, and Dan took the fall.
Go on. Haley needs you, Nathan. Your child needs you. Go!
And Lucas had his heart attack. And, it was a huge situation, and yet the follow-up episode to that episode was Lucas thinks he sees his Uncle Keith, and Keith tells him it's okay.
Craig Sheffer's a very dear friend of mine and a terrific actor and an incredible asset to the show, and I hated the idea that he wouldn't be around.
Craig Sheffer was killed, murdered last season. He came back to be in episode 410 this year as our otherworldly figure.
Okay, but I don't understand this. I mean, what are you? An angel? A bad dream?
More like a guide.
A god? Craig's fantastic. I love Craig. I felt lucky to have him there. I felt lucky to be able to be the cast member who got to enjoy this episode with him fully. I mean, we had every scene together.
I can't even pay my rent since he fired me.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's really been a painful year. It was really fun to actually, to be a ghost and play off that. Yeah, I'm not angry. I have no anger at all.
See, does that look like a man that has no animosity?
and to play with the sarcasm and the sort of irony of being here with somebody when they're not really here.
For a spirit, you suck at this.
The really amazing thing about it is Keith was always such a spiritual mentor that even if it's just the goodness that Keith instilled in him playing in his mind, then that's enough too. But perhaps he actually is there.
Well, it's about time you showed up. I was given a chance to deal with my brother after I'd killed him.
Well, it won't go away, Danny. The guilt that you feel every second of every day, the shame, it's just going to keep on getting worse.
Without that, I think it would have been, we would never have known that Dan suffers. Dan has to suffer to make him human.
I loved it. It was perfect. It couldn't have been better for me.
It's okay, Lou. I didn't come here to make you believe in me. I came here to make you believe in you.
I mean, for all of us, Craig Sheffer's family, so having him back in the fold and back with us was a true pleasure and blessing.
There's not a lot of family, like adults in the show, and we get teased for it. And it's okay, because what I always loved was there is a family among the kids, and they reach out to each other and they help each other. And to me, that's what the show is.
Haley!
What?
I'm going to Duke.
I'm pregnant. It's been a really fun. I love wearing those pregnancy pads. I'll show you what it looks like. Oh. Not to ruin the magic or anything, but looks like a piece of underwear, but it's got a little thing in it. Anyway, so it looks like I have a belly.
How long have you known?
Well, actually, Mark didn't tell me I was pregnant. It was so funny because I thought, they were doing this whole Sophia or Brooke's pregnant, and that's just what I thought it was. So Greg, our producer, and Sophia are, talking about it, and I'm like, wait, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, yeah, well, because it's sort of like it's a mislead. And I'm like, what's a mislead? And that Brooke's not the one that's pregnant. I'm like, she's not?
Hey, people, listen up. I'm not the one who's pregnant, okay? Haley is. Haley's got the roast on slow cook, not me. Haley.
Who is? And they look at each other like, did nobody tell you? And I was like, what is going on? They said, yeah, Haley's pregnant. I was like, oh my gosh, this is puts a whole new spin on everything.
No matter what happens, we'll face it together. I promise you, I've never been happier. Everything's gonna be okay. I love you.
It has absolutely been like high school, and aside from the drama, every high school has drama, and we've had plenty of it.
I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate to ever have had this opportunity to have a television series that's gone 88 episodes.
When we shot that pilot for season 1, that first episode, I could have never fathomed that, I would be 21 years old, going on 22, still shooting, One Tree Hill, still having a great time.
The fans really rallied behind us, and we weren't supposed to be back for a season 4, and they're the reason we are back. That's just huge, and that's something that we all will never be able to be grateful enough for.
It's mind-blowing to me, and it just all becomes sort of like, surreal, like it's playing out in front of me and this isn't really happening.
My favorite time of the day is when I hear the word action, and then I get a little less happy when I hear the word cut. That time in between is my favorite time of the day.
And at the end of the day, I can always be proud of that, and I will be.